Yo, welcome to Reezy Does It. I am Reezy. Today we'll be discussing Tupac's best albums ever. We're going to discuss all the albums, but it's three sort of stand out that we're going to decide from, and that would be Me Against the World, All Eyes on Me, and Machiavelli. And we got a special guest in the building, my homegirl Lee. What's going on?
What's up, Reezy?
What's happening?
What's up?
How's it been going, Lee?
It's been going good.
That's good. Glad to hear that. So you ready to get it started, Lee?
I'm ready.
All right. So we're gonna start off talking about Tupac's first album, Tupac Lives Now, which featured singles such as Trapped, Young Black Male, Soldier Story, which is one of my favorite Tupac songs, Words of Wisdom, which is another one, Brenda's Got a Baby, and If My Homie Calls, which is probably my favorite track on the album. Did you like that album by Pac Lee?
I did.
Yeah, it was really dope. Trap, that was a dope single. Young Black Male was a hard song. Soldier Story, talking about breaking his brother out of jail, that was dope. Words of Wisdom, where Tupac mentions NIGGA, never ignorant, getting goals accomplished, which Charleston White is taking a trademark now. Then you got Brenda's Got a Baby, probably the most popular song on the album, and If My Homie Calls. So, do any of those tracks stand out to you, Lee?
Yeah, I like If My Homie Calls.
Okay, dig that. So Tupac's next album, Strictly for My Niggas, which possibly might be my least favorite of all the Tupac albums. And when I say all the Tupac albums, I mean all the albums that came out up until Machiavelli, up until the point that Pac had some type of say-so regarding the album. So, but even though this might be my least favorite album, it had two of Tupac's biggest hits, which was Keep Your Head Up and Not Get Around. That was a dope album. This album is, I want to say this album was out when Tupac first displayed the infamous Thug Life tattoo. What you got to say regarding Strictly for My Niggas, Lee?
Strictly for My Niggas was a good album, and I really saw Pac come into his own.
Oh yeah, Pac
Really enjoyed that album. It made me start to really like him. I would say that's when I was like, wow, I really like this dude.
Mm-hmm. Shortly after that, after Strictly for My Niggas, Pac had already done the role in Juice. Then shortly after Strictly for My Niggas, he had the role in Poetic Justice. Then shortly after that, had the role in Above the Rim. So Pac was not only a dope rapper, he was a dope actor as well. And after Strictly for My Niggas, we get probably my favorite Tupac album, Me Against the World. Excuse me. You have tracks such as If I Die Tonight, Me Against the World, the title track, So Many Tears, Temptation, Dear Mama, It Ain't Easy, Can You Get Away, Fuck the World, Death Around the Corner, and Outlaw. What stands out to you about this album, Lee?
Well, I really liked Outlaw.
Outlaw was super dope. So look, we're going to get right back into this. We're going to go ahead and get to the next album because me and Lily about to debate two different albums and why we think each album is the best album by Pac. So next we got All Eyes on Me, which is probably Pac's most successful album, which includes Ambitions as a Rider, All About You, How Do You Want It, America's Most, No More Pain, Only God Can Judge Me, California Love, I Ain't Mad at You, Wonder Why They Call You Thug Passion, All Eyes on Me, Picture Me Rolling, Rather Be Your Nigga, Run the Streets. Now, I know I named out a lot of songs there, but it was a double disc. So, it was one of the first double discs I'd ever seen released in rap. and it was super fucking dope. So, anything stand out to you that I mentioned as far as that album, Lee?
Man, um,
I know we named a lot. I know we named a
we
lot.
named a lot,
Right.
but now we're talking about the All Eyes on Me, right?
Yes, all eyes on.
I mean, All Eyes on Me, the track itself, Pac is
Yeah,
letting y'all know I'm the one. Everybody's gunning for me because I'm the best.
absolutely. All eyes on me was super dope, and I can't argue, with anybody saying that is his best album. Because I mean, success wise, it probably is. So next we're gonna get right back into that. Next we got the Machiavelli album, which included Hail Mary, To Live and Die in LA, White Man's World, Me and My Girlfriend, Hold Your Head, and Against All Odds. Anything stand out to you on that, Lee?
Man, I like Against All Odds.
I like Against All Odds too. Uh, that was some of the realest rhymes Pocket ever spoke. He said something like, "All you old rappers out here trying to advance, it's all over now. Take it like a man. Niggas looking like Larry Holmes, flabby and sick, trying to play a hate on my shit." I mean, he said way more than that. You feel me?
Yeah,
But
that's actually my favorite line, though.
yeah, that's
Funny you
one.
say that, T. Ray.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
love when he said that.
I loved it too. And I'm gonna tell you this. He had that line where he went after Nas, but him and Nas, his people and Nas people had a standoff in New York, and they said Pac and Nas ended up squashing the beef. But unfortunately, Pac got shot before the Machiavelli was released, and he said he was gonna take the part about Nas out. When he said, "Little nigga named Nas think he lied like me," talking about he left the hospital, took five like me. So, even though that was said on the Machiavelli album, they say that the beef was squashed between Pac and Nas. So, Lily, I'm gonna mention a few more things before we get into this debate here. So, Pac also released that Thug Life album, which was extremely hot, which had "Bury Me a G," "How Long Will They Mourn Me," "Cradle to the Grave," "Straight Ballin'." He was on the Above the Rim soundtrack. He played a huge role in that. He was on a song with Tretch and other folks called "Loyal to the Game." And my favorite Pac song ever, "Pain." I couldn't help but notice your pain. It runs deep. Share it with me. But anyway, definition of a thug nigga, which was on the Poetic Justice soundtrack, which is one of Tupac's best songs. Um, Gotta Get Mine with MC Breed. Same song, man. Same song was the first song we ever heard Pac on with Digital Underground. He came out, the first words we heard from Pac was, "Now clown around, wanna hang around with the underground." That's what did it for Pac. Pac has Shock G and Digital Underground to thank for a lot of his success. They're the ones that gave him that that fan base that he started out with, and that's that exposure. So Lee, let's go ahead and get into it. So I think Pac's best album is "Me Against the World," and you think Pac's best album is
All Eyes on Me.
"All Eyes on Me." Okay, well look, let's go ahead and get into "Me Against the World," and I'm gonna tell you why I feel like this is Pac's best album. So we got songs such as "If I Die Tonight," "Me Against the World," "So Many Tears," "Temptation," "Dear Mama," "It Ain't Easy," "Can You Get Away," "Fuck the World," "Death Around the Corner," and "Outlaw." So I will say this. Me Against the World, who can relate to that? It's just me against the world, nigga. Who can relate to that? So Many Tears, that doom, doom, doom. I used to ride through the hood bumping that coming down Castle Street in about 95 or something. Right? I just play that because Big Cheney loved it. And I know if I played that riding through Castle Street, Big Cheney gonna stop me and it was fun to go down. You understand? Um, One more thing. Let's see. What else we got on here? Temptation. That was a dope song. Dear Mama, of course. It Ain't Easy. Being Me. Will I see the penitentiary or will I stay free? And see, Pac really knew he was going to jail because the rape charge had happened. Pac also had the incident with the two Atlanta off duty Atlanta cops who was harassing a black man. Pac had no idea these were cops, you know, but Pac flacked at him. You know, he shot at him. Pac had to go to court for that in Atlanta and beat the case. I thought this shit was so amazing. Um, then we got Can You Get Away? Fuck the World, Death Around the Corner, Outlaw. Outlaw was the first song that introduced us to the Outlaws. And I'm gonna say this. The reason why I think this is Pac's best album, it was a well put together album. Um, it had no Death Row influence, which nothing against Death Row, but we got true Pac at his rarest form. You know what I mean? With this album, and Pac had a lot going on. Like I mentioned, he had the rape allegations, because that's what they were allegations. I mean, he did get charged with it, but Pac didn't have to rape anyone. But just so many good songs here. So many tears that and so my heart couldn't find a place to rest until I got the thug life tatted on my chest. That's one of Pac's most known lines, Dear Mama. Can You Get Away? Death Around the Corner, Outlaw. If I Die Tonight. Pac he always had an intuition that he was gonna die, you know, being the son of a Black Panther and just being somebody that had the influence that Tupac had. You know, he always felt like there was a high chance that he might die, and he was right. Um, Temptation. I mean, I just feel like this album just hit every category for like songs that made a complete album at that time. What do you think, Lee?
I agree. Pop, um, he really came into his own, and I agree with you there, Troy.
All right, so look, next we're gonna get into All Eyes on Me. So, like I mentioned, All Eyes on Me gave us tracks such as Ambitions as a Rider, All About You, How Do You Want It, America's Most, No More Pain, Only God Can Judge Me, California Love, I Ain't Mad at You, Wonder Why They Call You B, Thug Passion, All Eyes on Me, Picture Me Rolling, Rather Be a Nigga, Run the Streets, and more. So, Lee, tell me why you feel like this is Pac's best album, All Eyes on Me.
I feel like it was his best album because I enjoyed every song on this album.
Every song, Lee?
Every song. I don't think it's not one on the album I didn't like.
I hear you, I hear you.
And I liked his passion on that album.
I did too. I thought All Eyes on Me was a dope album. I'm not saying it wasn't like fucking dope or anything. I
Well,
just I just felt like Me Against the
he
World
was
was
a
better.
bit flashy as well on that album.
Yeah, but I like that side of Pac. I like all
Yeah.
the sides we got of Pac. I like the All Eyes on Me side of Pac too. I just felt like it was more Death Row influence, more Suge Knight and whatever gang affiliations
Now
Suge and
that's
Pac had at the
true.
time was heavily
That's
influenced,
true. That's
which I still
true.
liked it though. But I'm just saying the reason why I say Me Against the World because we got genuine, true Tupac at his greatest. But go
Okay.
ahead. I ain't mean to interrupt you.
We'll go on and talk about that a little bit more. So you feel like he was true to himself when he did Me Against the World?
Oh yeah, definitely, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I mean, yes, without a doubt. I mean, yeah. But go, yeah, you go ahead and tell us more
I
about why
mean,
you picking
but
All Eyes on Me.
you got songs like Wonder Why They Call You. You know what you just said,
Mm,
Bitch.
right, right.
You got Thug Passion. You got Ambitions as a Rider. Great song.
That was dope.
Um,
Yeah,
you've got all kind of
all kind of
things to
slaps. Yeah.
make you scratch your head and be like, oh wow, okay, Park. You know,
Well, I'm gonna say this.
picture me rolling. I mean, dang.
Yeah, picture me rolling is hard.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this though, that song All Eyes on Me and that Ambitions as a Rider, I won't deny you. I'm a straight rider. You don't wanna fuck with me. Got the police busting at me, but they can't do nothing to a G. That's some of the realest. I mean, my favorite shit Pac ever said, and I think the song was dope. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to argue against All Eyes on Me, but I just feel like we're getting true vintage classic Tupac with Me Against the World, and every song is slapping.
Well, I mean,
So
I can't argue with you there.
yeah, both albums go extremely hard, though. I would
I
say.
mean, I like Fuck the World. Can You Get Away is one of my favorites. I like Can You Get Away.
Can you get
Um,
away?
Good song. Good
Yeah,
songs. So Many
right.
Tears was a good one.
Oh yeah,
Dear
oh
Mama,
yeah, Mama, yeah.
Outlaw.
Outlaw.
Yeah. So I mean, they both were hitters now.
Yeah.
But All Eyes on Me though. They even named the movie after All Eyes on Me
Yeah,
though.
All Eyes on Me is hard.
Then you got All About You.
All
You
about
got
you. Yes,
Rather Be Your Nigga. How Do You Want It? I
right.
Ain't Mad at You.
Hey, you know what? That All About You. That shit was dope though. No matter where I go, I see the same. Yeah, that jump was dope. But anyway, my bad, Lee. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Well, I mean, and then you got California Love. Got Dr. Dre.
Yeah, California Love was dope. Yeah, I mean, you had a lot of good music on All Eyes on Me. That was probably Pac's most commercial success, I would say, is when All Eyes on Me was released. You got Two of America's Most with him and Snoop Dogg on there. Yeah,
Like you said, it seemed heavily West Coast.
oh yeah, definitely, yeah,
But
definitely.
it definitely was good. And I mean, it's my favorite Pac album. But,
You know,
like I said, I did like Me Against the World.
oh yeah,
Can't
oh
argue
yeah,
with you there.
right, right, right. So I'm gonna go down the list of Tupac's album releases again up until the point of Machiavelli because I feel like that's the last album that Pac had any influence on. Like once he passed away, the record labels determined
What they
everything
were going
about
to
the
put
album.
out.
Right.
Yeah.
So Tupac Lives Now, which was a great album to jump into the game with, strictly for my niggas. That was good. Me Against the World was super dope. All Eyes on Me, super dope. Machiavelli, super dope. So Lee, anything that I might have missed or anything you want to add?
Hmm. Well, did you mention Pac's soft side? Because some people don't like to talk about that sensitive side of it.
You know, I think I'll leave that to you.
Well, I mean, Pac definitely cared about where he came from, and he also had that side us ladies love. I mean, he was on John V's song,
Are you
and
still down?
yeah, I still love that. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that was good.
Right.
And in the movie, he talked about how he liked that Blackberry Molasses and was singing that. So Pac
Yeah.
definitely was a lover as
Yeah.
well as a
Yeah, he was.
fighter.
He
Yeah.
was. Right, he was. It's good to be well versed and well balanced like that
And I
too,
think
you
he
know?
loved his black queens.
Oh, Pac definitely loved black women, without a doubt.
Yeah, yeah.
Without a
Like I
doubt,
said,
yeah.
now the Can You Get Away? I love that one too.
I know, right? That's one of my
Yeah.
favorite Pac
So
songs, yeah.
I mean, he definitely had a soft spot, and us ladies love that, but we love that thug in him too. So
Right?
you know,
Y'all loved all that shit. Pac had it all. Pac had the swag, the charisma. Pac had all that shit. He did. So that's why Tupac, not only was he a super dope rapper, but Pac was a trendsetter. Pac had his swag. Pac,
right?
I remember in '95 seeing a nigga with the Thug Life tattoo across his shit. You feel me? Like Pac. I thought that was the dopest shit ever. I was like 19 at the time. Pac had that influence. Like, it's only certain people that come around every so often that have the type of influence that Tupac had.
What
Like,
about Tupac's "fuck the world" attitude, though? What did you think about that?
I mean, it is what it is. I ain't think much of
So
it.
you could
I
agree with that?
I feel like it was justified.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not saying that I agree with it either way. I'm just saying from his point of view and his upbringing, I feel like it was justified. That's all I can say.
And I will say this: I think he did influence some of the rappers that are even out now.
Oh, he influenced quite a bit.
Yeah,
Pac influenced a whole lot.
yeah.
Pac was a rock star. Pac is the dopest it's been. Like Biggie Smalls was super dope rapper. Got the same. He's probably got about the same amount of stardom as Pac, but he just didn't have that. He didn't have that. He didn't have it like Pac. You feel me? Pac was a rock star. Women loved him. Guys respected him. Pac had it all, man. You know,
I agree with you.
like to be real, Big probably was a better lyricist and had the better wordplay, but I couldn't feel him like I could feel Pac. That's why Pac is my favorite rapper ever. You did. So anything else you want to add, Lee?
I'm thinking. I think you hit a lot of great points. I can't really argue with you there.
All right. Well, thank y'all for tuning in to Reezy Does It. We appreciate you. And Lily, before we get out of here, guess what?
What Troy? What?
Girl, you should have known by now. Reezy does it.